Welcome back, boys and girls. We are ready for part 2 of our Fascinating Frogs nonfiction reader. We're going to learn about 3 more frogs. So listen closely as we read together. You're going to need a pencil and a piece of paper so that you can write down one fact about each of the new frogs we learn about. This frog is called the red-eyed tree frog. Oh my goodness, did you figure it out? That is the frog that we made yesterday on our 100 mystery chart picture, the red-eyed tree frog, not the red-eyed poisonous dart frog. I got those two mixed up. Okay, so this is the red-eyed tree frog, and he is not poisonous. Like other frogs, the red-eyed tree frog begins its life in eggs, then changes into a tadpole, and eventually becomes a frog. The bright colors of their eyes and legs, look how colorful their legs are their defense mechanism. There's our vocabulary word up there, defense mechanism, known as startle coloration. That means that their bright colors shock their predators. They're like, ah! And they run away. The shocking colors usually cause predators to freeze and gives the tree frogs enough time to escape. Have you ever seen a tree frog? They're itty bitty. They're only about the size of a quarter. They're just really, really tiny, and they're just so cute. Red-eyed tree frogs are nocturnal amphibians. What does nocturnal mean? They are awake at night, right? And sleep during the day. Who mostly eat insects or frogs that are smaller than they are. It might be kind of hard to find a frog smaller than them. Red-eyed tree frogs also have suction cup toes that help them to climb or to cling to the tree branches. Female frogs lay their eggs on the underside of leaves that hang over the water. This is very strategic because when the tadpoles emerge from their eggs, they will be washed down the leaves right into the water where they will stay until they are developed enough to climb up into trees. So they also start as tadpoles, and when they're tadpoles, they have to be in the water, right? So the mama lays her eggs in the tree, and then they wash down the leaves into the water, and they stay there in the water until they grow their legs and lungs, and then they climb back up into the trees. So that is pretty cool. These frogs kind of remind me of those sticky frogs, those toys that you can buy that when you fling them, they stick to the wall. All right, let's write down one fact about the tree frog. Do you have your paper and pencil ready? Please write the word tree frog. Tree frog. All right. One fact that I learned about the tree frog is that it spends its life in trees. That makes sense. It's called the tree frog. It lives in the trees. You may pause the video while you write down one fact about the tree frog. Okay, are you ready to begin? We're going to now learn about the horned frog. I wonder why it's called a horned frog. I'll bet when you see the picture, you'll be able to figure it out. Can you see it? Can you see that it has like little horns above the eyes? Kind of looks cranky, doesn't it? The horned frog. The most common horned frog is the Argentine wide-mouthed frog. And you can tell it does have a really wide mouth. These frogs can be found in the rainforests of South America. They are known as greedy eaters. Greedy means selfish, as they will attempt to eat anything that moves close to them, from lizards to birds to small mammals. They will remain motionless until they spot their prey. Then they will shoot out their extremely sticky tongue, let it hit their prey, and retract their tongue back into their mouth. Their strong jaws will slam shut, preventing their prey from escaping. If a larger predator tries to eat them, the horned frog will bite it. The pointy pieces over their eyes act as another element of camouflage as they look like leaves on the ground. All right. Would you write down on your paper, horned frog? And then let's write one fact that we learned about the horned frog. I wrote that they have bumpy skin and a long tongue. You can use that fact, or you can write one of your own. You may pause the video while you write that down. The last frog that we're going to learn about is the glass frog. I wonder why he's called the glass frog. Like many interesting frogs, the glass frog is native to Central and South America. His skin is so translucent that you can see his beating heart and other organs. Remember, organs are those inside parts of our body that we can't see because we can't see through our skin. But because this frog's skin is translucent, you can actually see like its stomach and its lungs inside of it. Many people mistake the glass frog for the tree frog, but they have several differences. As far as their appearance, the main difference is that glass frogs have large forward-facing eyes, whereas the tree frog has eyes on the side of his head. Glass frogs are territorial, which means that they claim an area as their own. Male glass frogs will warn other male glass frogs with a loud croak, but they will also become aggressive with other glass frogs that try to come into their area. Frogs are quite the fascinating creatures. Can you find similarities in the behavior of these frogs to other animals we've studied? All right, so our last word is going to be glass frog. What fact are you going to write about a glass frog? I wrote that it was known as the see-through frog because it's translucent. You may choose that fact to write down, or you may choose another fact. I'm going to leave this up right here for just a minute so that you can see all the words and the facts, and you can pause it right there if you need to finish writing yours. When you are done, please show it to your mom or dad, and then you can sign your name or type your name in the box at the bottom of this page, and you'll get 10 points for this assignment. 5 points for part 1 and 5 points for part 2. Thanks for joining me. See you later.